but I knew I was being crazy. Like I can tell when I'm being crazy, when my mind is like running the show or my ego is running the show, that's what was happening. I knew it, but I could not get out of it. And so I did go to bed that night and I asked for a miracle. Please help me to see this vacation through the eyes of love instead of fear. I did. It was not a consciously directed miracle. I'm driving to get pizza for my husband and I just took a shower. So this is the video that we're doing right now. But I was just thinking about A Course in Miracles and manifestation with A Course in Miracles. And it's interesting because it made, A Course in Miracles says the inner state is what's important, and that the outer state doesn't always reflect the miracle, but sometimes it does. And that manifestation, everything in this world, nothing in this world is ultimately real because it's not lasting. And so it's a manifestation is just a symbol of the inner state, but it's not always. When we have a miracle, which is a change of perception from fear to love, it's not always reflected in the outside world. And it actually says that consciously directed miracles can be misguided. So I was thinking about, for instance, the miracle that I had. I talked about this in another video where my husband and I went to Hawaii, and we got there and I was like, first of all, I have the worst. I talk about jet lag on multiple videos. I really struggle with jet lag. I had the worst jet lag. I was feeling like everything was terrible. Like the Airbnb that we got, it was actually really good, but everything was freaking me out because it was a different type of vacation. It wasn't a normal vacation that we would normally take. And I like my umbrella by the beach. I like certain things, to be right. I have this vision of how my vacation should be. And my husband and I love beach vacations. I'm obsessed. My 16-year-old niece taught me how to have a proper beach vacation when she was 16. She's 25 now. Anyway, let's focus. Okay, so I got there, we got to Hawaii, and I was freaking out, right? And I couldn't, usually when I have like a time change like that, I have to take a nap, and I couldn't take a nap. Like everything was just freaking me out. It was like anxiety central. It was awful for some reason. And my mind wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop. Like I was beating up on myself. Like, I planned the whole vacation. I was like, I did a bad job. This happens to me. My mom says this has happened to me since I was little, where I get really excited about things. I either get overly upset or overly excited about things. Very emotional. So it was my first time in Hawaii. I really had been, since I was little, wanting to go to Hawaii. So I think I had a lot of expectations for this trip. A lot of pressure and expectations, which isn't always good. But anyway, okay, let's focus. So we got there and everything seemed bad. Like we went to the beach. We were just walking around. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't take a nap. It was like 3 p.m. It was like, I don't know. I was so confused as to what time it was. And we went to the beach and I was like, oh, the beach chairs, oh my gosh, they're so expensive. We're going to have to rent one every day, and the umbrellas and yada, yada. And it was just like, I'm like, this isn't what I was expecting. And everything seemed really bad. And then my husband's like, well, maybe they have like chairs and umbrellas at our Airbnb. And we went back there and there was none, no chairs, no umbrellas, nothing like that. Like, yeah, right. Okay, so I went to bed that night and I asked for a miracle. Help me to see this vacation through the eyes of love instead of fear. I woke up the next morning and there was an umbrella and chairs outside on our balcony. And we had looked the day before and they were not there. So my strong feeling was that we woke up in an alternate universe. I believe in, parallel realities, all those things. I think that's what happened. But we could have many ways of describing what happened. Whatever. That's what happened. We woke up. We didn't see them the first day. We also could have, the other explanation for that is, it doesn't matter, but the other explanation is our eyes didn't see them the first day because that reticular activating system, it filters things out and it wants you to keep feeling the way that you're feeling. So it's going to make your eyes see the things that will help you keep feeling this way, unless you're open to seeing things differently, right? So we could describe it that way too. There's a lot of ways of describing this, but whatever. I woke up and there was umbrella and chairs out on our balcony. Now, it was a miracle. The miracle was the inner shift from fear to love. But it was not I didn't go to bed saying, please, God, help me to wake up and put some chairs and umbrellas outside of my hotel tonight while I'm sleeping. Like, I don't think that would have worked. Okay. So I wasn't like, it was not a guided. I simply asked, help me to see this vacation through the eyes of love instead of fear. Honestly, and I woke up feeling peaceful, and there they were. It wouldn't have mattered even if they weren't there. I woke up feeling peaceful. Like, we ended up renting an umbrella anyway, you know, like we used the chairs, but the umbrellas were no good. So we ended up renting one anyway. But there was a sense of peace I got, and like a sense of magic I got from going out there and seeing that and being like, oh, okay, the universe has my back. You know, I'm seeing myself, I'm seeing this through the eyes of love instead of fear. I'm allowing that reflection. My own inner peace was reflected back at me, but it wasn't consciously directed. I didn't ask for that specifically. This is the way. That's the Course in Miracles. So I think that story, the reason why I'm telling that story is because I think it perfectly illustrates how A Course in Miracles talks about manifesting versus other manifesting teachers and techniques. Nothing wrong with any of them, you know, they're all good, and they all have their place. This is just always what's worked for me, is that we trust that God knows that what is best for us, and that the inner shift is not always reflected in the world, but it doesn't really matter if it is or not, because we're at this point where the ultimate goal is to feel peaceful, because nothing in this world lasts. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I hope that I described this okay. This is my VFF post-shower video. Okay, peace and love. Go ahead and subscribe if you want more videos about this, like bringing the vertical into this world, discussing Course in Miracles and inner peace. And yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you want more. Okay, I'll see you soon.